Hey friends, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing so well, and I am so excited to be back today with another video. Today we're going to be talking about something that has been on my heart to share with you guys now for a while, and that is really the concept of health, my health, and at least health to me is a little crazy. My health has been really awful ever since I was born. I feel like I have struggled with so many things over the years. I have been diagnosed with so many things over the years, and I even lived a year of my life thinking I had a terminal illness. So that's a very interesting story for a different time. But something that is affecting me even today, and something that has really cropped up in the last few months, is a chronic illness that I have. And this is something that I was diagnosed with while I was in high school, and then it kind of just got better for a while, and then it got a lot worse, and it's been a lot worse recently, and it's something I want to share with you guys as well, because it's a huge part of my life, and I wanted to talk about what it's like to do the work that I do, to be a reseller, and to make YouTube videos when you're dealing with a chronic illness. And I thought that that would be an interesting thing to share with you guys, and very from my heart to yours as well. Because I know a lot of you guys comment on my videos as well and tell me about how you felt like you could do this, you could resell and do these things because you see me doing it. But I wanted to even increase that and say, I really do struggle with health things at times, and I'm able to do this. So if you also struggle with your health, or if you struggle with your mental health, or if you're disabled, there is hope, and you are able to do what I'm doing too. If you feel like you can do it, then you can. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what my health issue is. I was diagnosed at the age of 16 with something called autonomic dysfunction. So basically, my autonomic nervous system does not function properly. So when normal people's blood pressure and heart rate increases with physical activity or taking stairs, mine does not do it in the way it's supposed to. So I have a huge tendency to pass out. So I feel lightheaded or really shaky, and I feel like I'm about to pass out quite often. So it's a little bit weird, but it's called autonomic dysfunction. And another really common name for it that you might know it by is POTS. So I have a chronic health condition called POTS. So the actual definition, POTS is the short form. It's called postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. And it is a condition that affects blood flow. POTS causes the development of symptoms, usually lightheadedness, fainting, and an uncomfortable, rapid increase in heartbeat that comes on when standing up from a reclining position and relieved by sitting or lying back down. So I was diagnosed with this when I was 16, and I was diagnosed because I was in a school assembly, and I had been having weird symptoms for months, and the doctors had been trying to figure out what was wrong with me for months. But they finally figured it out because I was in a school assembly, and all of a sudden I started feeling so sick. I know the symptoms really well now, and I can feel when I'm about to pass out. But at that moment, I had no idea what was going on. My whole body just felt weird. And I told my friend who was sitting next to me that I needed to go to the nurse. And so she helped me stand up, and I literally fell on top of all the people that were sitting behind me because I had no control over my body. And so I literally had my friend walk me to the nurse, and I couldn't see anything. I had no vision whatsoever. My whole vision was black, and I had no idea what was happening. And instead of, having me lay down, we didn't know what we were doing. She just led me by my hand, like literally led me to the nurse because I couldn't see anything. Very scary situation. But that is what clued the doctors in that I had some sort of like passing out disease. They did something for me, which is called a tilt table test, which is how you diagnose POTS or autonomic dysfunction in general, where you are strapped to a table that's lying flat, and they're monitoring your heart rate and your blood pressure, and then they'll tilt the table up to 95 degrees, so you're just slightly past a 90-degree angle, and people with my condition will pass out. Sometimes within a minute, sometimes within 30 minutes, but if your body doesn't work right, when you go up like this, you will pass out. And I passed out within like 30 seconds of going from like this to like this. It's kind of crazy because my body doesn't work right. So why am I telling you guys this? It is really personal information, but it is something that really affects my life on a day-to-day basis. So I was diagnosed at age of 16. When I was 19, I was a freshman in college, and everything felt so much better. I went off of medication that I was taking to raise my heart rate and my blood pressure, and I began just living a normal life. Up until a couple months ago, Jeremy and I moved into our new house, and in the past probably like 4 months, I started having horrible symptoms again, multiple times a day. I just felt like I was gonna pass out. What happens to me when I start feeling sick is I will start feeling really, really hot and sweaty. And then usually my body will start feeling weak, and then I will lose all the feeling in my arms. Sometimes my legs will give out underneath me, and then I'll start losing vision. And I know at the point, if I start losing my vision, if I can't see anything anymore, I know I have to get on the ground because I don't want to fall and injure myself. So for me, I spend a lot of time listening to my body and lying on the ground. So that's kind of what it looks like for me. But I went from feeling normal from the age of 19 to 26. I felt really good and normal. I just knew that if I was taking stairs or if I was doing a jog or something, then I would definitely need to, be careful because stairs are the worst thing for me. But I went from feeling normal to all of a sudden having these episodes probably like at least 5 times a day where I just lost control of my body and I literally could not do anything. I would lay in bed for hours, or I would lay on the floor in the living room and just try to, be able to function again or be able to, see again. It was very scary, and I didn't really know what was happening because it's been so long since I was experiencing my first initial symptoms. So in the past few months, while I've also been sharing my life with you guys online and also really trying to hone in on my reselling and make a living, I've also been dealing with passing out or almost passing out like multiple times a day. And it's been hard. It's been really difficult. It was especially difficult before Christmas. I was feeling awful, but I went to a doctor and they put me back on the medication I was taking for my POTS, my autonomic dysfunction, back when I was in high school and the beginning of college. And I am feeling much better now, but it does affect my life. It affects how I can work because one of the hardest things for me is going to the bins and standing on my feet and leaning over and digging through bins for hours. It's really hard on me. For that kind of position, my body just doesn't react well. It's the same thing if I am sweeping the floor, like with a broom. If I'm leaning over for an extended period of time, I will pass out because my body is not going to raise my blood pressure like it would for a normal person. Or if I take stairs endlessly, stairs are a really good workout because they raise your blood pressure really high as you go up and up more stairs. So for me, I know I have to avoid taking too many stairs or I will feel sick and pass out. So it's just like an odd layer of extra precaution, extra thinking that has to go into every decision I make. But it has affected me and it affects my job. But I wanted to share it with you guys too because I know that I'm not the only person, maybe not with this specific illness. I'm sure that some of my viewers even, it affects women more than men, and I know I have a larger female audience. So I'm sure that some of you guys that are watching probably also have autonomic dysfunction or POTS. And even if you don't have this specific illness, I know that so many people deal with so many different health concerns. It's just something that I feel like is often taboo. But I wanted to share with you guys too that you are not alone. I am young, I'm 26, and I've dealt with health issues my entire life. And I think sometimes we look at people who are young and say, oh, they're so healthy, I wish I could be healthy again or whatever, or something like that. But it's not always the case. And I think too, the more we talk about health and how some of us struggle with health, that I think it'll become more and more open to talk about. But I just wanted to remind you guys too, like if you do deal with a chronic illness, if you deal with back pain, if you deal with mental health issues, that doesn't make you any less capable of work or of doing the work that you enjoy. I am so grateful for the work that I do. I am so grateful that I'm able to sit here in my chair and record this video and talk with you guys. Because if I was out on a sales floor or something and constantly lifting, or if I worked in a warehouse, I couldn't do it. I literally couldn't. So I'm really thankful that I have this job where I'm able to chat with you guys on YouTube and also do reselling. And if I need to take a day where I just am sitting down or lying down and not feeling sick, I can do that. And it also, I wanted to be an encouragement to you too. If you guys have thought about reselling or thought about doing it as a part-time job or as a full-time job, that if I can do it, I say this all the time, but this is a different meaning and this has a different layer to it. If I can do this, so can you. And if any of you guys are really scared for me now, I hope you're not. Another part of this illness that I am struggling with more so now than I have in a while is that it's also called exercise intolerance at times. And so I know that a lot of people have struggled since we started the pandemic with having to stay inside and not being able to work out as much. And I definitely am also one of those people. I think we've all gained a little bit of weight during COVID. And I feel like I have as well, because I can't work out. Or if I do, I feel so sick. My blood pressure won't raise the way it's supposed to. So I literally feel like I'm going to pass out when I do any sort of activity. So it's been an interesting journey. It's been a hard journey as well. But I wanted to share it with you guys, and hopefully you guys hear my heart in this. And I'm not looking for pity or anything. I feel happy for myself. I'm happy with where I am, and I'm in such a better place than I have been for years. And I love what I'm doing. I appreciate what my body does for me, but it doesn't always work perfectly. And I'm sure your guys' bodies don't always work perfectly either. And that is okay. I'm grateful for what my body is able to do, and I try to focus on that a little bit more than what it can't do, because there's not much I can change there. I am taking medicine now to help me be able to not pass out as often, and it is working for the most part. I hope this heart-to-heart chat is an encouragement to you too, because I want you to walk away from this feeling a little bit more empowered as well, that even if you struggle with something, no matter what it is, it doesn't have to be physical. Even if you struggle with something just emotionally, or if you're struggling economically, there is hope, and you can overcome those things, and you can definitely do whatever you want to do. If you want to resell, if you want to make YouTube videos, then just go for it, start it. Come here, big boy. I'm gonna be my lamp. Yeah, come here. Odie has officially joined us. He's so big. If you guys want to be a reseller, if you want to be a YouTuber, just start today. Take the first step, make the first video, make that first listing in your closet. Do something, and I promise you, things will get better. Even if they're hard, they do get better. I am here as an encouragement to you guys. If you guys also have some sort of chronic illness or something that you guys are going through, please share it with me in the comments down below. Also, this video may not perform very well on my channel, so if you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're not already subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button. But I really do want to hang out with you guys in the comments. If you guys are struggling with something, or if you also deal with some sort of health issue, please feel free to share it, and I will do my best to give you as much encouragement as I can. But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And until the next video, bye. Odie, say bye, YouTube. Bye.